Hey everybody, it's Self-Made from Self-Made FishingTV, and I thought I'd put together a little video for you guys about how to throw one of my favorite rigs. And if you guys like this video and you want to see more content like this, please hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and leave a comment below on what you would like to see. But for today's video, we're going to go ahead and show you guys how to throw the Wacky Rig. So a lot of you, if you've watched and followed me for a while, you know that this is one of my favorite rigs to throw, and I personally catch a ton of fish with it. So let's jump right into it. First, you're going to need a regular Senko. You can use any brand you want, but for this video, I'm going to showcase the Guggen brand Senkos. They come in 3 different sizes. We have a 4-inch, which the 4-inch I really would like to throw if the fish are being really finicky. In some smaller ponds, I might start with something like this just to see what's out there, see what kind of fish I'm pulling up. And then you have the 5-inch, which honestly, I think this is the perfect size to throw on a Wacky Rig. My personal favorite. I catch the most fish on the 5-inch Wacky Rig with the Guggen Squad Lunker Log. Awesome combination. And then you also have the 6-inch, which for the 6-inch, I really like to throw that if I'm trying to beef up my presentation, and I want the fish to see just a much bulked up presentation, trying to trigger that bite from a little bit bigger fish. I might throw that. But you know, I know people who start with that, and there's no right or wrong. I'm not saying the way I throw it or the way I do it's the best by any means, but I'm just showing you what works for me, what has worked for me, and what does work for me and continues to work for me. So after the Senko, you're gonna need a Octopus circle hook. That's what I like to use. This right here is a Gamakatsu size 4. You could go up, a size down. I don't think really there's, either one of those would work just fine. And honestly, if you feel comfortable throwing something bigger or smaller, whatever fits you, go ahead and throw it. But I'm just giving you what I use. Size 4, Gamakatsu, Octopus circle, works great. Next, I have the Wacky tool. That's what this one here is called. This is just great. A lot of people have messaged me. They're like, man, how do you catch so many fish on that Wacky Rig? Every time I try to throw it, the bait comes off after like the first cast or the second cast. Well, not anymore. Not with this tool. If you rig this tool up the right way, basically you put your worm inside this, you're gonna slide the ring on, and your hook's gonna go through the worm and the ring, and it's just gonna hold it on. It's gonna last much longer. I'll go ahead and drop that in so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. Really just overall great setup. It holds up really well. I mean, I've thrown it, drug it through weeds, almost had it snagged, and with that tool on there, I mean, it's not coming off. I'm slinging it halfway across the lake. It's no problem at all. So for any of you that have asked me, I can't cast mine out. It doesn't seem like when I try to throw it, the worm goes flying off. Get yourself the Wacky tool. I think they make a couple different brands of this. Doesn't matter. Just get a tool to put these O-rings right here onto your Senko, because it's going to hold up much better and it's going to last that much longer. So next, I'm gonna break down the rod. For the rod, with this, I like to use light setup. On mine, it's a Phoenix custom featherweight rod. It's worked really great. I can feel everything off it. This one's gonna run you about 200 bucks, but you don't need to go out if this is your first time. You don't need an expensive rod for this. Get you something lightweight, 4 to 10 pound, line capacity. That's what kind of rod you want. Something that's light, you can feel it really well. This one, I believe it's a 6.6. This one might even be a 7, I'm not sure, but you know, 6, 7 foot, it really doesn't matter. Lightweight, something that you can feel, you feel like you have a good grip on. Phoenix makes a great rod. These have held up really well. I do a lot of fishing with them. Really great. And then for the reel, I just have a Shimano Sedona 2500 on here. It's helped, I mean, this for bringing in big bass. I mean, on this exact setup, I have caught a bunch of huge fish. I've heard people throw that out there that you can't catch big fish off a Wacky Rig, and I'm here to tell you that is an absolute lie. I don't believe all of those lies, because I slam huge fish off the Wacky Rig, and ask anyone who knows me, huge fish are getting caught off this. And if you followed me, you've seen some Wacky Rig fish I've posted right here off this lightweight setup. It will catch a big fish, but I can tell you it won't catch a big fish if you never get it out there and throw it. As far as working this bait, so many, I wouldn't say so many, but there's really no wrong way to work this. You can work it any way you really want. Long cast it, short cast, medium cast, doesn't matter. A lot of times, what I like to do, throw it out, let the bait naturally fall, and they'll strike that on the drop. You'll just feel a hard hit before it even touches bottom. Sometimes I like to twitch it off the bottom and work it all the way to the bank. And other times I like to drag it on the bottom. But you know, I've literally had fish hit this top water. I lost one this year. It looked to be all of 5 pounds. I was just bringing it in and it was skipping across the top of the water. It was honestly my first top water strike of the year. It was on this right here. So, I mean, I can't tell you, you can work this any way and it might trigger a bite. The only wrong way to work it, again, is if you're not throwing it off. So with the line, you want to make sure I use something lightweight that I can feel. I got 8-pound test on here. So that's what I like to use. You know, 6-pound works good. I hear some people, they like to use, you know, even smaller because you can feel it and it's good for the more finicky fish. But I think personally, if you go much smaller than 6 pounds, even 8 pounds like what I got on here, you really have to know what you're doing and finesse that fish in, and you really risk it snapping off or, you know, something bad happening, you creating a fish story that you're going to tell your friends for a few years to come. This year too, I just realized it's sitting here, I haven't talked about it, but what this is called Spike It Chartreuse Dip. So they make these in pins. I think they also have like garlic stuff, a bunch of different stuff. But basically what I like to do with this, I like to stick just one end of the worm in there. I don't like to overdo it. I think that makes it kind of unnatural. So just a little dab, and sometimes that can really trigger bites that you were struggling to get elsewhere. I've been having a rough day, haven't caught fish all day. Throw this on and it's like as soon as it hits the water, fish are striking that bait. So I mean, honestly, it's just getting out there, finding what works for you, and you know, that's the biggest key. What type of knot? Because I'm sure I'll have somebody ask. This is just a regular old uni knot. I mean, polymer knot would be a good knot to tie on here, but the uni knot for me on this setup seems to hold. I tie a pretty strong uni knot. That's just me. A lot of people would hate on that. But with that being said, I think if you guys haven't thrown this a while, if you've moved on past, you think this is a beginner bait, I think you should get out there and throw it. Really, when times get tough, this catches fish. I slay a lot of fish with this. I think I've caught the most fish this year with this bait. So like I said, if you're new to fishing, get out there, give it a try. If you haven't for a while, I'd love for you to get out there and give it a try. And if I was the one that sparked that interest to get out there and give it a try, I hope you leave me a comment on this video. I would love to hear about it. But sincerely, if you guys enjoyed this video, that is what I was shooting for. I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch it all the way through. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button for me, smash the like button, and leave me a comment on what type of content you want to see in the future. And thank you guys. Again, it's Self-Made.